Today I will make a complete technical analysis over Rari, or this is the native token of Rarible, an NFT platform that got really popular, and today Rari is up with 13.6%, gaining profits against Bitcoin and Ethereum. But I will share with you what is my realistic price prediction, what is my setup, and where exactly I wanna buy Rarible. Hello everyone, it's Petko Alexandrov. A very warm welcome to our Trading Academy's channel. In today's video I'll be talking about Rarible. I will do a complete technical analysis over the daily chart, and I will share with you why I'm looking to buy Rari. So one more time, Rari is the token of Rarible, and Rarible is an NFT platform that got quite popular. I have already recorded a video about it. I will put it in the right hand upper corner if you want to know more about Rarible. And the token at the current moment sits at spot 437 according to the market cap. So there is a lot to catch up according to the market cap. However, they have a very decent community on Twitter. So if I click on it, you will see that they have over 174,000 followers, which is pretty good community, isn't it? So on CoinGecko, you can find a lot of information about the market cap, the 24-hour trading volume, the total supply. So they have 25 million tokens. And they have circulating supply of nearly 5 million tokens, so that's about 1/5 in circulation. And below you can find the charts, you can find Rari price and market stats, so you can see the all-time high was $46.70, which is pretty nice, but that was 4 months ago, and since then the price lost over 80% of its value. The all-time low was about a year ago, which sits at 0.2648. And last thing below I want to show you are the exchanges where you are able to buy Rari. From those I usually use crypto.com to purchase NFT tokens. However, I will drop a few links in the description below if you want to check out some trusty exchanges that I've been using. Now the bad thing on CoinGecko is that if you do any technical analysis over the chart and you refresh it, it all disappears. Or if you close your browser, your tab, the technical analysis will be gone. This is why I'm using the TradingView.com itself, and I will do a complete analysis here. So even my browser closes, I restart my computer. I usually never do that, but if I do, it will be all safe. So you see that right here I have the alien worlds, the sandbox, the mana, which is the token from Decentraland. So all the analysis that I've done, they remain on the chart. It's very useful if you are analyzing and keeping an eye on a few tokens. I will drop a link below as well to TradingView if you want to get some bonus out of it. Alright, now I will start from the daily chart. So for the beginners, the daily chart means that one candlestick represents one bar. And if I zoom, I will give you a brief idea of what that is. One candlestick could be positive, a green one, or it could be a negative, a red one. So the positive day opened right here, it went up and down and closed on a higher value. That's why this candlestick has a green color. The red one opened right here, it went up and down and closed on a lower level. That's why it is red, and that's why it is negative. Okay, so now I will zoom out the chart and I will show you what happened with Rari in the last few months, actually starting from the beginning of 2021, when the price was in the range between $1 and $2, probably the best time to be buying it. But after that it just exploded. The first very impressive move was on the 14th of February when the price reached the $34. Then there was an expected retracement, and then there was the next push, which ended on the 14th of March with a record high of $49, and this is according to Poloniex. Okay, then at the end of March the price failed to reach a new record high, and since then it's just dropping. Now you might be wondering why I'm recording this video just now, okay? Why I didn't record it in May, in June, July, but I waited until the current moment. There is something special that probably if you have already seen some of my other videos, you will recognize it. If not, I will explain what happened just in a second. So first of all, when we are investing in cryptocurrencies, we want to buy the token when we are in an uptrend, right? When the price is going up. And before April, we were in a clear uptrend, okay? We had those series of higher highs and series of higher lows. This is the definition of an uptrend, okay? Let me move the chart this way. So until the moment, we were in a very clear uptrend. When the price failed to take this high, it was the first sign that the trend could be changing. Something very similar happened with the Bitcoin, right? If I switch very quickly through the Bitcoin chart, you will see that we had that signal on the Bitcoin right there on the top, this one over here, okay? When the price fell to take these highs and form this lower high, it was the first strong signal that the Bitcoin is not reaching new record highs at that moment, right? So very similar here with the Rarible. It failed to reach the top, and then when this low was broken, this one over here, we had a new downtrend. All right, here it is. So when we had this lower low right here, I will change it to red. We can say that we are in a clear downtrend because now we have series of lower highs and series of lower lows. One more time, very similar to the Bitcoin. And this is why the $47,000 was crucially important for the Bitcoin, and not really a lot of people were talking about it, but that was the level where it was inevitable for the price to remain above the 50,000 because we already had this lower high, and then we had this lower low, and then this low went down to the 30,000, right? So 47,000 with the Bitcoin was the level which tried to hold the price for a few days, but it failed and the price just crashed. Alright, so no more about trends. This is the definition of an uptrend, series of high highs and high lows, downtrend, series of lower lows and lower highs. Okay, and if I scroll the chart slowly, what you will notice is that for a first time with Rarible, we have that higher low right over here a few days ago. So that's the reason I'm recording this video right now, because we might have a potential change in the trend. Until the moment we were in a clear downtrend, but now in the last few days we see a higher low. So this low failed to take this low, and if the price now forms a new higher high than the previous one, so if we have a higher high, then we would be in a new uptrend. All right, so this is how usually I recognize a new uptrend coming or a new downtrend coming, when we have a failure of the recent low or failure of the recent high. And this is on a daily chart one more time. Of course, this high could be a little bit smaller, could be bigger, depends on the market. If the Bitcoin turns to be a little bit more positive from what it has been the last few weeks, I expect a great further movements from the NFT tokens. Alright, so the first sign is right there with this failure of the recent low. Of course, it's very likely that the price might continue lower, but that's why I'm not buying it now. Okay, I'm not buying any Rari at the moment until I see the following. I want to see a break of this trend line. So the first one is here, but it's very far from the price. So what I usually do, I draw a trend line, a more aggressive trend line, which is going through a recent lower high. Okay, and I want to make something very clear here. Initially I had it over here, but have a look at that. When the price broke this trend line, first of all, it was not an impulsive break, and second of all, we still had those series of lower lows. So I didn't have that sign of a potential change in the trend. Okay, so I had to move it to this lower high, and now having this failure of the recent low, I'm getting ready for the break of this counter trend line. And some of you that are listening carefully can say, okay, but if the price breaks, right, if we have a small break here, we are still below this high and we won't have the series of high highs and high lows. That's true. That's why if the price breaks this trend line, I would be buying a small quantity, okay, just a small piece of the amount that I'm planning to invest. For example, if I'm planning to invest, let's say $500 in Rari, I would buy Rari just for $100, which would be approximately 10 pieces, right? And if the price reaches the high and I have all the confirmation that we are in a new uptrend, then I would invest some more of the amount. Okay, if the price retests this counter trend line, I might buy more, and if it does a new high, I would invest the whole amount, for example. Okay, so what I'm saying is it really depends what will happen. Definitely not going to happen exactly how I draw it. I just wanted to share that I usually divide my investments into few pieces. So if I'm wrong totally at the first time, okay, a possible scenario also is that the price will break the counter trend line, I will buy some, but then if the price drops lower, I would have invested a small piece, and then I'll be looking for new entries, right? And I will improve my average price. So something very similar happened with the alien worlds. If I switch very quickly, you will see that I had such a break over here, but this is on hourly chart, guys, okay? A little bit different from what I'm explaining on Rari, but you can see that right here I was buying on these support levels, and yesterday I have bought at a 0.14, and today the price is already at 0.18. As well, I've bought the cent on the break of such trend line, and you see that I'm already on a decent profit with that position. So every time I purchase a token or a coin, I announce it on my Patreon's page. So if you want to follow along what I'm buying, when I'm buying it, for what reason, you can check out the link below. And as well, you will be able to download my cryptocurrency spreadsheet where I have all the assets. So you can see that some of those I have bought a few times, for example the Alien World, Sand, Mana. So these three are all NFT tokens, and you see that I don't have Rari for the reasons that I already explained. And actually having such a spreadsheet is super useful, so you can keep a decent track of all the investments that you did, what is your growth, how much you are making out of the trading or the investing. Alright, so to summarize it, I'm looking for the break of this trend line, and after that I'm looking for the break of this recent high. I'll be happy buying on the break, I'll be happy buying on the break of the high. As well, if the price drops lower, which is very likely to happen, I would buy more. Now, as a support level, we really don't have a lot because, as I said previously, before these impulsive moves in the beginning of the year, the price was just below $2. And I don't really believe the price will drop that much, but if I have to put a support level, I would put it right over here. So the bottom of this candlestick is $1.10. Let me make it precisely. I will leave it that way. And as well, we can have one support right over here at the roundish $4. Okay. Here they are, so $4 is right over here. I will do the coordinates precisely as well. So here it is. Why I'm putting it here? Because it was a resistance one time, two times, then the price broke aggressively, then retested it, so already it's been a support right here, and then recently on the 22nd of June the price bounced out of the $4. So the $4 are definitely important now for the market, and actually if we have a further decline, I'll be happy buying some at this support. So sometimes when I truly believe in the project and I truly believe that the NFT platforms will expand more and more with the time, then I'm very happy buying support levels, just like I did with Decentraland, Sand, Alien Worlds, and now looking to buy some Rari. Okay, so buying the dips sometimes is risky, but it could be the smartest thing to do, especially if you're buying a small portion of your total investment. Alright guys, so this is my potential setup, either buying it on the support levels, either buying the break of the trend line and then the break of this recent high, which will confirm that we are in a new uptrend. And look at that, the price is just below $10 and the record high we set sits at the $49, so it lost over 5 times its value, which means that in a new bullish market we might expect over 500% of a profit easily if the price just reaches its record high that it had just a few months ago in March. So if you buy Rari with some of the setups that I've mentioned, or you have a different system but you're just looking at this video to see a potential target and price prediction, for the people that are short-term players, you are happy taking quick profits, then my first target would be the resistance level of the $20. Okay, this one over here. So let me make it again precisely. I will leave it to 20 here, and the text will be as well pointing at 20. Okay, here it is. So why I'm placing this 20 level? Because it was a strong support back in March, and after that it was a resistance twice in May. So the $20 might really cause resistance, and if it happens in the next few weeks for the price to reach these levels, it might possibly happen that it will match with this original trend line. So if the price does something like that, okay, I'm not saying it will happen exactly that, but I say that it is possible to happen. And if it happens that you have two lines crossing, in this case it would be this original trend line and it will be the resistance level of $20, then taking some profit here would be a good idea, because we might expect some retracement out of there, which you can buy on the lower levels. But one more time, it's not a prediction or something, I just say that it could happen. Now the higher resistance level that we might have is this level over here with the top of this candlestick, or the highest point, which sits at $34, and then you see right here 2 times the price stopped at this level as well. So I will leave it to 35 just to give it a little bit more of a space, $35, and I will make it 35 here as well, and there it is. Okay, and on the top I will have 2 more, so one will sit at these levels here where the price failed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Okay, the highest point is $45. Yeah, I will leave it to 45. I usually leave them a little bit more roundish, so if it is 44.90 or 45.05 for example, I will just leave it to 45, and as well I will leave it so with the text, and here it is. And of course the next one, which is the top at $49. Okay, so while I'm placing the 49 line, resistance line, what are the resistance lines, guys? These are levels where the price initially stopped, and it didn't stop just like that for no reason. It stopped because at these levels the sellers were stronger than the buyers, or in this case it was the whales selling the token to take profits. Okay, and there were not enough buyers to push the price higher. So if the whales were happy taking the profits at the 45, at the 49, they will be happy doing it again, right? So it's very expected that the price might stop at these levels again and bounce out of them. And if you purchase one more time Rari at those levels where it is right now, you might consider taking some profits. There are different strategies here as well. You can target one of these resistance levels, or you can sell small portions on each resistance level. So this way you will be actually giving a chance to your investment. Okay, same thing when you're buying it. I said that I might buy some at the support level, I will buy some at the break of the trend line, I will buy some at the break of this recent high, and at the same time I might sell one of the pieces at the first resistance, and then the second one and the second resistance, and the third piece at the third resistance, for example. Okay, but one more time, it's up to you how you want to manage it. The most important thing is for you to feel comfortable with the system. And if you have seen some of my other videos, you would know that for longer term targets and price predictions, I use the Fibonacci level. So here is the first move. Okay, so the Fibonacci gives us not only retracements, which in this case worked really nice. If you focus over here, you'd see that with this impulsive move, the retracement level of 38.2% worked really nice because the price stopped in there and then continued higher. But the Fibonacci gives us not only retracements, it gives us targets. So the targets that we have based on this first initial move from Rarible sits at 55.02. This is the first target, and the second one sits at about $88. And because I want to give you a precise value, let me draw it very accurately. Okay, here is the top, and the bottom, as we said, of this move is this one over here. Okay, here it is. So let's see what is the precise value of the second target. And I'm using the second target instead of the first one, and it is 87.20. Okay, so if the price turns out to be very bullish, probably by the end of the year, or if the Bitcoin remains negative for 2021, we could expect that in the upcoming year. So it's a lot of patience here, but in investing, patience is important, guys. So a long-term target sits at $87. Alright, so this is how I'm looking at Rarible at the current moment. One more time, I am a strong believer of the NFT platforms, even I'm not playing any games, okay? I'm not participating in their games or competitions, I'm just trading the tokens of those NFT platforms, because in times when the Bitcoin was very negative right here in the last few weeks, those tokens actually were forming new tops and new uptrends. For example, if I switch to daily chart on Alien's World, you will see what an impulsive move we had from Alien Worlds while the Bitcoin was negative. Okay, it's not that correlated with the Bitcoin as most of the other altcoins. The mania and the desire for some investors to buy virtual lands on these NFT platforms is just insane. Okay, they're paying thousands and thousands of dollars for virtual lands, for attributes, something I really don't understand completely why it's happening, but it's happening, and for me it doesn't really matter if I understand it or not. The question is, their tokens are very volatile, and I feel like there is a huge potential in the upcoming years with those NFT tokens. And right now, this drop that we had because of the Bitcoin gives us great potential to buy at cheaper levels those NFT tokens such as the Rari. Alright, and one last thing, I'll be super happy if you share what is your Rarible price prediction in the comments below so we can discuss it. And of course, if you have any questions, let me know. I'll be super happy to answer you. If you have found the video useful, I would appreciate a huge thumb up, and don't forget to enjoy trading on the cryptocurrency market. Take care, I love you, we'll see you soon. Cheers!